I ain't gonna lie. It's getting wild out here. This has gotten spooky and gotten real nasty, and it might even get worse. I ain't gonna lie. This has gotten even spookier and probably going to get worse for one of the two parties, y'all. Yo, it's your boy E-Oil, aka the Harlem Legend, man. If you're new to the channel, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you set your bell notification so you know when I'm dropping a video, man. Fat Joe, you heard? Terror Squad representative. Yeah, when we think of Fat Joe, we think about that BX legacy representing the Porter Rocks. You heard? We think Big Pun, Cuban Link, Tony Sunshine. No matter how you put it, Terror Squad was a force in the rap game. I gotta be real. He gave us that street persona too, y'all. Yeah, we ain't forget Fat Joe gave us that street look, that street talk, that Joey Crack look. Well, I got to report to y'all today, man. It ain't all what it seems anymore. Some people change. Hey, it is what it is. Some people change. Some people now with all the effery that's still going on. You heard? We got Fat Joe suing his former hype man for defamation. Yeah, Fat Joe is suing his former hype man for defamation. Yeah, claiming that he said that he was a foul. Yeah, hey now, and that was rumors that was actually getting pushed around for quite some time. Yeah, they were saying Fat Joe was messing with some girl when he was 16, when she was 16, and he was in his 30s, and I'm just saying, all of this stuff is starting to pop up. So those of you that don't know, the hype man, you heard? He was with Fat Joe for over a decade. That's a fact. TA was dealing with him for over a decade, y'all. These are people that was, he was on the stage, TS chains and everything. Yeah, he was out there representing Fat Joe. I gotta be real. Look, and Fat Joe even represented with different songs with him. TA featuring Fat Joe and Remy Ma. You heard this dude was in rotation at one time. I gotta be real, y'all, man. We gotta break this down for what it is. He's suing his hype man for defamation for called the rapper a pedophile on social media. All right, so this is Fat Joe's lawyer, right? And he puts out some wild statements, right? Let's get into this first, right? Because I want to break this down to y'all so we can get a better understanding, because there's a lot of things I think we need to hear as people and as supporters of Fat Joe. Fat Joe has filed a hefty lawsuit against his former hype man for slandering him on social media, claiming the guy and his lawyer are trying to shake him down for a payday. See, we see all of this Shannon Sharp shit going on. We got to call it what it is. We see all this Diddy stuff going on. Maybe Fat Joe ain't going for it. TMZ Hip Hop obtained court docs filed by Fat Joe on Tuesday, in which he claims his former hype man Terrence T.A. Dixon is trying to collect money he didn't earn and resorted to publicly calling the rapper a pedophile on social media when he didn't get his way. The suit filed by Dixon claimed Joe flew a 16-year-old girl. Listen to this, y'all. The suit filed by Dixon claimed Joe flew a 16-year-old girl across state lines for sex and posted the allegation along with a picture, Joe Diddy and DJ Khaled. So we got to understand, once again, TA has been with him for over a decade. Like, what is he going what is he trying to blackmail Fat Joe? Or is he calling out Fat Joe for his wrongdoings? According to TMZ TV, Fat Joe filed a lawsuit on Tuesday claiming that his former hype man, Terrence T.A. Dixon, is trying to get money he did not earn. As a result, he turned to social media and falsely called him a pedophile when he didn't get funds he demanded. The lawsuit details that TA started working with Joe in 2006, was a part of his team, and was compensated. They parted ways in 2019, and Joe never heard any complaints about money being owed until 6 years later, when TA started taking to social media claiming he deserved to be paid more. Joe says TA enlisted Tyrone Blackburn. We're going to get into Tyrone Blackburn, y'all. Pay attention to this, y'all, because everything is going to come out in court, and it's going to get nasty. I promise you. As his attorney in March, and sent a legal demand letter asking for compensation as a ghostwriter on some of his tracks. So he wrote, oh my God. So now we're learning TA was a ghostwriter for Fat Joe also. I'm just saying, like, we're learning a lot here. It's going to be a lot that's going to come out. Ghostwriter on some of his tracks. When he didn't get the money he demanded, Joe says TA started using social media to spread lies. Blackburn spoke with TMZ on Joe lawsuit, calls it a baseless lawsuit in an effort to soften the blow of what's to come. It won't work. Fat Joe has a lot of explaining to do. Joe also spoke with the outlet saying these allegations are completely false and part of a criminal conspiracy orchestrated between a disgruntled former hype man and his attorney. These two individuals have been scheming together to extort me with their elaborate and lucrative demand changing by the day. Fat Joe's attorney, Joe Tapikina. We gonna get that. That's who he is right here. That's Fat Joe's lawyer. Okay. Joe's lawyer says the allegations against Mr. Cartagena, Fat Joe, are completely false and part of a criminal extortion scheme orchestrated by an attorney who federal judge recently condemned for abusing court system to harass and pressure defendants. See, there's a lot coming out there. We didn't know he was condemned. We don't know this. But we got to get to the statement made by Mr. Blackburn. Okay, because it gets a little spooky here, y'all, and I need y'all to really pay attention. Yeah, this is him with the mayor and everything. He's a real live lawyer. Like, that's a fact. He specializes in sexual assault, sexual harassment, employment law, and medical malpractice. So he's a real lawyer. TA went out and got a real lawyer. I got to read this for y'all because he releases a statement. He calls out Fat Joe and his lawyer. Pay attention to this, y'all. And now other rappers are going to be named in this lawsuit. 50 Cent, Tony Yayo, G-Unit Brand. See, he's adding other people to this now. You ran afoul that he's talking to Fat Joe's. He tags Fat Joe's lawyer. You ran and filed a baseless lawsuit against my client and me and the SDNY alleging defamation and intentional infliction of emotional distress in an attempt to get ahead of the following, the forthcoming. So Fat Joe has a lawsuit coming that has to do with underage. Pay attention, y'all. So Fat Joe is getting out ahead of this due to all the things that's going on with all these other celebrities. Pay attention. Intentional infliction of emotional distress in an attempt to get ahead of the forthcoming lawsuit against your client, Fat Joe. No matter how hard you try to deflect and cherry pick emails and conversations, your client has a lot of explaining to do. Pay attention now, y'all. I invited you and me to meet with the SDNY prosecutors, but you have yet to respond. You can bring your baseless accusations of extortion and I will bring, listen to this, y'all. I will bring the 19-minute audio recording of your client's felonious henchman, Pistol Pete. Now he's bringing up Pistol Pete from the Bronx, soliciting a former member of Terror Squad to lure my client to a specific location for Pistol Pete and his thugs to pound him out. Wow. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. That's explosive. That could mean a lot. So what he's basically saying is Pistol Pete, he has a 19-minute recording of Fat Joe setting up this man, Terrence Dixon, TA, and Pistol Pete trying to lure him out. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Listen to this, y'all. Your client Fat Joe ordered a hit job against my client. Pistol P also discusses how he had to run down on Tony Yayo, a member of G Unit Brands, due to some feud with 50 Cent, and run up into the clubs to attack other victims. Listen to this, y'all. Your client should also prepare to answer questions surrounding 2 additional recordings. Listen to this. Where 2 females discuss your client's disgusting pattern of grooming and sleeping with 16-year-old children. This is the lawyer saying this, y'all. This is him. So he's saying he has evidence of this, y'all. Is Fat Joe trying to get out ahead of this because he know what's yet to come? I'm just being real. Or is this just another, another setup? He's claiming violence. He's claiming hits put against him by Fat Joe. Yeah, he's claiming his goons, his henchmen, Pistol Pete. He's claiming different people are coming after him now. Is this an attempt to get out ahead of what's going on? This can get nasty, y'all. I'm gonna be real. This is like it turned into some street shit mixed with some. We gotta be real. But the most important part here is children involved. That's what I don't like. You heard? Your client should also prepare to answer questions surrounding 2 additional recordings. So they have 2 females that's willing to come out and say, this man, Fat Joe, groomed me when I was a child. Oh, man, this is nasty work. Besides, his lawyer saying he has a 19-minute recording of him telling his goons, Pistol Pete, to give him a location so he could get pounded out. This is nasty work, y'all. I don't know. Get in the comment section. Let me know how y'all feel about this. Is Fat Joe doing a disservice to the street dudes? I got to be real. I got to ask you street dudes because Drake made it cool. Yeah, Drake made it cool to be able to file a lawsuit these days, hasn't he? I'm just being real. How do y'all gangsters, the street dudes, how do y'all feel about Fat Joe filing a lawsuit? Other than that, how do you feel about the young kids? They saying he groomed. He has 2 different females saying that Fat Joe groomed them. Allegedly, but he has the recordings. Also, Fat Joe tried to take it to the streets. He tried to get the goons to get him. Is that right? Yo, get in the comment section. Let me know how y'all feel, man. Yo, it's your boy E or you, a.k.a. the Harlem Legend, man. Make sure y'all smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all set your bell notifications so you know when I'm dropping a video. There's a lot going on, and I think it's going to get worse. Will Fat Joe survive this? Is he going to pay his way out of it? Obviously not, because he's fighting back with lawyers. But that Blackburn lawyer, he don't seem like to be playing any games. Salute.